Hi there, and today we are going to learn about how to remove underlines from links in Squarespace. So here I am in my Squarespace website dashboard, and let's go to the website editor. So click edit site, and then here is my Squarespace website. So I'll click edit right here, and then for example, I will insert a blank section, and then I will add a link right here. So to insert a link, you can just add a text block, and then you can type in your text. So for example, I'll say click here to go to YouTube. And then what we can do is that we will highlight the specific text that we want to add the link. Then click the link icon right here that looks like a chain. And then you can type in here the URL, or you can insert in here a different page from your website. Oops, sorry. Like as I said, you can insert a URL, a different page from your website. You can also insert a file, an email, or a phone number. So it depends on your preference. But for example, I'll just type in here youtube.com so that whenever the user clicks this link, they will be redirected to YouTube. Now we can just click out of the block right here. And then as you can see, the link will be applied. And then automatically that link will have an underline. So unfortunately, you cannot remove this underline here in Squarespace since this is the default feature. But if you want to remove the underline, what we can do is that we can insert a CSS code for this. So before I do that, I'll just insert some more links right here. So I'll just add a text block. Then I'll say link 1. And I'll just also insert YouTube again. Then I can just duplicate this link right here. So for example, right here, I have the links right here. Now, in order to remove the underline, we need to insert a CSS code. So let's save this. Exit. Go to Pages. Go to Custom Code. Click Custom CSS, and then now we can insert the code. So the code that we need, so this is the basic code that will apply to all of your pages in Squarespace. So all of your links in Squarespace that has the underline, so this will remove it. So just type in here A, then a curly bracket, then type in text dash decoration, then colon, none, and then exclamation point important, then semicolon. And then as you can see, once I have completed typing the CSS code, now the underline from the links are now gone. So I can save this and I can still click on the link, and then they will still redirect me to YouTube. So when you have this code, so this will apply to all of your pages that has a link. So if you want to remove a underline from the header or from the footer, what you need to do is that you just need to type in here header and then a space. Then you can also type in footer and then a space. So for example, I'll save this, click edit. So let's go to the footer right here. So here is the site footer. So for example, I'll add like a text block, and then I'll add a link right here. So this doesn't have the underline. So I think this sometimes depend on the specific theme that you have. So I think, or maybe it also applies because we have this code. But if it still doesn't apply, so you can just type in here footer, and then this specific code will only apply to the footer. And then as you can see, this should be removed. This should have the underline again. So sometimes it encounters some errors. You just need to reload Squarespace. So now the underline is back from our section right here, since the code is focusing on the footer. So the code is now gone, so I don't know what happened. So sometimes Squarespace encounters some errors. Oh, now the code is now here, so it just takes a while to load. So now, since it has a footer right here, so this code only applies to the footer. So just go ahead and remove the text right here if you want to apply it to all of your pages. But what if you want to remove an underline from a specific link only? So for example, I want to remove the underline right here, but I still want to have the underlines from the other links. So what you can do is that you can just insert the block ID of that specific block. So in order to do that, you need to install this extension right here, which is the Squarespace ID Finder. So this is available in different browsers as well as different platforms such as Windows and Mac. So once you've installed this, you should see it right here if you're using Google Chrome. From this puzzle piece right here, you can see it, your extensions. So when you click on it, this block IDs right here should appear. So this is how it looks like. So let's go back to Squarespace. So now I'll just need to click extensions, open the Squarespace ID Finder, and then now we can see the block IDs right here. So when you hover over a specific block, it highlights that specific element so that you know what block ID you are going to use. So for example, I will click on this block ID right here. So this block ID is responsible for this element that says click here. This one, the click here to go to YouTube. So I can just paste the block ID right here, then add a space, and then as you can see, the other links has the underline, but this link right here has the underline removed. So that is a way that you can do so that you can only remove specific underlines from specific links. So for example, I also want to remove the underline right here. I can just go ahead, open Squarespace ID Finder, copy the block ID of that element. Then what we'll do, we'll add a comma and then space and then paste the block ID right here. So this removes the underline from this link, but the first link that we have has the underline back. So we just need to insert another a letter right here. So now, as you can see, the underline is removed from our first link and then from the second link right here. And then all the other links still has that underline. If you want to remove all of the underlines right here, you can go ahead and just delete all of this again and then just insert the A right here. But as I said, this will apply to all of your pages. So what we can do is that we can also add a section ID. So for example, I can just copy the section ID and I can just paste it here. And then this should still apply to this section. But if I add a link to another section, so for example, this one, as you can see, this section still has the underline, but the other section that we have doesn't have the underline since it only focuses on that section. And then that's it. That is all that you need to know in order to remove underline from your links in Squarespace. So I also forgot another way is that if you want the whole page to remove the specific underlines in all of its links, what you can do is that you can just copy the collection ID right here. So just paste it right here. And then as you can see, the underline is removed from all of the links on this page only. And then that is it. I hope you learn how to do it. And thank you for watching.